All right, I'm Josh Mayfield, agronomist with Winfield United.
Gardner Smith, DSM, Winfield United.
What we wanted to do out here for just a minute is we've talked a lot every year about growth staging of corn, growth staging of beans, of different crops. I want to just show a little bit about growth staging of corn, because really for NutriSolutions as well as for the field forecasting tool, we're right in the middle of where we need to be looking at corn to see where it's at, taking those first tissue samples. And as you will notice in this field, a lot of corn, really, we're in South Carolina today, but all the way up into Virginia, a lot of corn looks just like this. And what we're looking at is V3 corn, and we've talked a lot in the past about how to grow stage corn. How do you know where you're at? Most of you know that as corn is coming out of the ground, that very first leaf, the V1 leaf, is always rounded. It's very distinctive and you can see it. And so what we've always taught is you go from that first rounded leaf where it forms a collar, that's V1. You've got another collar here wrapped around, that's V2. Another collar here, that's V3. So if you look at our weather, we know it's been cool, but as it starts to warm up, we could expect in some places, depending on weather, you could be every third day at a new one. So our first tissue sample should be taking at V4 to V5. So another 3 to 5 days, we need to be in this field taking that first V5 tissue sample. Now, what Gardner has here, what we've always tried to teach as just as a skill, is that rounded first leaf and some of the other first leaves after it, they're gonna slough off at some point. And so when do we know to not count on anymore that rounded leaf being, and when do we cut the stalks? So if you we've cut this stalk open, and what we always like to do is we'll take that pocket knife, and we always, you know, there's a direction we like to go. We could either go in this way, but if you go long ways, cut all the way down through the roots, turn it over, cut all the way down through the crown of the plant. And like Gardner is showing, this is a V6 plant, and really from V5 and below, you can almost count on finding that rounded leaf and counting up to V5. Once you get past V5, if you notice, some of these younger leaves are starting to slough off, including that rounded one. So what we always try to teach is, when you split that stalk open, it tells the whole story. This dark kind of brown triangular section is your first 4 nodes of corn. So that's all the way up to V4. After that, you've got a milky white layer, and right here, this next node, that's V5. Now you may say, when do we stop counting? You can go up here to V6. This is your next node, V6. I would not count it any higher than V6 today, because what you're looking for is when these inner nodes are a ½ inch or longer, like here. So we're at V4, V5, V6 today, which is a Tuesday. We're not yet at V7 because this internode spacing is not yet at a ½ inch or better. So this is a V6 corn plant, and from here on out, if we're not cutting these stalks and we're not counting nodes like this, we're gonna miss a growth stage. Thank you.